everybody. Welcome back to Hella Friends. I am your host, Brandy.
And I'm Kayla, and today we're going to talk about something that I absolutely love to hate.
We're going to talk about trash TV.
Which is honestly, it's my absolute favorite. And I really was not a trash TV person, but a few years back, one of my friends got me watching Vanderpump Rules.
Yuck.
Which is straight trash. That's like the trashiest trash TV there is.
Wow.
And I decided I love this because for me being someone who is still in my healing era and still trying really hard to be a good person and still failing sometimes, but just doing my best, it is very nice to watch other people and be like, damn, I'm actually pretty all right. I'm all right.
Well, so I've learned that we as women, as a culture, we gravitate to trash TV for that very reason. It's to validate that we're good people. Like I'm not kidding. Like when I was researching this episode, the majority of people who watch this garbage are women. And we watch it for validation so we can say, I'm really not that bad. I didn't do what they did.
Yeah.
And we get off on this.
But you can also like relate to them too. Well, maybe it's just because I'm a crazy bitch. But sometimes I like relate to them. Like I'll watch stuff and I'll be like, damn, I have thought that shit in my head 1,000 times. I'd never acted on it. I'd never say that.
Yeah, but they're doing it on camera.
I never do it. But you can relate to them a little bit too at the same time.
I think a lot of trash TV too also gives us permission to feel those feelings.
Yep.
It lets us be messy and loud and bold and over the top and like all the things that in our normal life we're not supposed to be. And when you see it on TV, you kind of it's like happy endorphins because you see other people doing it.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, that's okay. Like,
so I, in my middle-agedness, have stopped watching a lot of trash TV. My guilty pleasure was, and I hate to say this, it was 90 Day Fiancé.
Okay.
I would get off so hard on 90 Day Fiancé. And it was I could not turn it off. Because there was something about like these desperate ass women getting these dudes from other countries. And like some of them, they would really be in love. And like, I understood that. Like you really love your spouse. You really want to be with them. And that like warms because, you know, there's a barrier to where you're like trying to find love. But some of them are just in it to get over here in the United States, are in it for some money or some clout. And you can see those people very clearly in this show. Like you can. Like, I want to say the second season or the third season, there was this guy named Mohammed. And he was from Tunisia. Mohammed was a beautiful brown man. He met this middle-aged woman named Danielle who did not have a pot to piss in. And she brought his ass over to the States. When you saw them together, you're like, that ain't right.
This is not going to work.
He didn't even like her. Like the whole show, you could tell he did not like her. He didn't like being in the room with her. He didn't want to be intimate with her. He never kissed her, held her hand, nothing. He did not want to be with this woman. And so I would watch this and I'm be like, wake up, Danielle. He don't want you. He don't want to be with you. I would watch this and my husband would be like, these people are awful. And I was like, I know, but I can't turn it off.
I can't stop.
But in the same breath, he would watch the Jersey Shore.
Okay, you can't watch Jersey Shore while talking shit. About...
So my thing was I had never watched Jersey Shore because every time I would see it like pop up on the TV, I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. I was in the hospital getting a blood transfusion and they restricted me to the gurney so I couldn't get up. and I didn't have a remote, and the Jersey Shore was on the TV.
That's the universe being like, give it a shot.
It was. And so I'm laying there and I'm watching it and I'm like, I hate these drunk people. I hate everything about this. Like, why are they so and they're just fighting for no reason over stupid stuff.
Yep.
And so when I met him and I told him, I was like, oh yeah, I watched a couple episodes. I didn't like that. He's like, oh, you gotta give it a shot though. And I'm like, why? I was like, they are so trashy. I hate everything about them. And even now, like, they still do the Jersey Shore. We'll watch it every once in a while. I'm like, nope.
I love JWoww and Snooki, though.
I hate both them women.
I love JWoww and Snooki.
Nope.
I'm a love on them. I love that.
They always fighting somebody. They out at the club. I'm like, why? Why you gotta fight the people? You don't know them. Well, they like, just as drunk as you.
Yeah, but back then you're out. All them Guidos, you're having a good time.
See, and then the language that they use. I'm like, what is this?
Gym, tan, and laundry.
Yeah,
do the thing.
Okay, I did watch a couple of episodes of the Flavor of Love though.
Okay. I have not heard that show in forever. Wasn't that on TV like back in the day?
It was on, okay,
like
so
early 2000s.
Yes. So Flavor of Love was on VH1.
Flav.
And it was Flav getting hooked up. It was in a house full of women. And they were trying to like hook up with Flav to get married.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. Like, it was so bad. But yeah, I watched it all the time. And then there was so I don't think the real world was like trash TV, but it probably was.
It was reality TV.
It was reality TV. So I grew up
in the realm.
I grew up on like the real world. My trash TV growing up was the originator himself, Jerry Springer. Yes. Jerry. So that was like my trash TV. It was Jerry Springer, Sally Jesse Raphael, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, like
Maury.
I watch Maury constantly.
I'm like, don't forget.
I'm not going to forget Maury. You are not the father.
You
the
are
lie
not
detector
the father.
determined that was a lie. So that was my trash TV. So now fast forward to the trash TV of today. I'm just like, what? And they're mostly like dating shows and stuff.
Yeah. And it's usually like young, hot people that are like wild to vibe.
Yeah.
It's Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
Love Island. The Ultimatum, even to some degree. The Ultimatum be killing me and Tong. Like, because I think to us, we're a couple that we were together for like 7.5 years by the time we actually officially got married.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, like we were together for 5 years by the time we got engaged.
Oh.
Like we never had any like specific timeline or like we didn't allow people to rush us, I guess was our thing.
Oh, okay.
Like we were just like, no, like we know it's going to happen. So we're not in a hurry to like get that taken care of. We have other stuff we want to handle first and we're going to do this shit our way. And we did. And I love that for us. But I think that's why the ultimatum to us feels so like, what the fuck? Because you'll see couples on there and the girl will be like, and if he just like doesn't want to marry me, like, I just don't know if I can keep doing this and pouring into him. And then it's like at the bottom of the screen, been together 1 year. And I'm like,
okay.
Bruh.
You just now knowing each other.
Bruh, you don't know each other yet. Year one is the easy part.
Now there was one. I'm gonna out myself. I did watch one called The Later Daters that was just put on TV last year.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Because I'm later in life, me and some girlfriends, we were away for our weekend. And of course, you know, when you're girlfriends, you're away for a weekend. It's like, what is going to be on TV?
Well, and that's the thing I do like about trash TV, because it's something that, and I think this is why I watch it so much too, you don't have to fully pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You can keep up with it without being fully devoted into it. So like for me, if I need to like order school supplies or put together the groceries or something like that, it's something I can have on and be entertained and enjoy while still doing something else.
So while we were watching The Later Daters, I'm sitting and you know, I'm sitting here and I'm watching this. And these are people like in their late 40s, 50s. Some are even in their 60s. And I'm like, these are middle-aged people like me. And I'm watching this and I'm like, why are you so stupid and ignorant? Like, and I felt myself like getting enraged by watching this, because I'm like, this is why there's piss in the dating pool, because of people like you.
Not piss in the dating pool.
There's piss in the dating
God.
pool. So I was just, you know, and you keep watching it because you want to see what happens. And so they get you on the hook. So I binge watched that one. I don't know if there's a season 2, but I will be watching it, and I'm not going to tell nobody I put it on. But okay, I do want to talk about the weekend we spent together and when you had me watching Love Island.
I was at a point where I didn't have a lot of time. We were in the summer, which is always very busy. We're getting ready for our anniversary trip. And, you know, I know that at the same time, like, my friends have stuff going on and I want to see y'all and I want to be able to like have that connection and moment with you guys, but I'm busy. So something I think that I value a lot within my friendships is having friends that can just live life with me.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to go to the club. We don't have to go out to a concert. We don't have to go to a bar. We don't have to go do anything. So I had text you and I text my other best friend, Lonnie. And I was like, hey, this weekend, I don't know what y'all have planned, but like, if you don't have anything going on, I have some errands I need to run. I've got just some things I've got to do this weekend. So if y'all want to like just come and like do life with me, like feel free to come hang out. And you both ended up coming. So we go run errands, we do all the things. And, you know, my friend comes from Oklahoma, so she was going to have to stay the night. I knew that ahead of time. You were planning on driving home originally, but the storm comes in.
And I'm just like, well, shit, I guess I'm staying.
Yeah, like as soon as we get to my house, it was like the universe was like, no, Brandy, you need more time with your friends. Hold on, stay here. So it starts raining and I'm like, yo, like you don't have to leave. Like just, you can try to wait it out. But like if it doesn't stop, like feel free to just stay. It's no biggie. So of course, we have that same mentality of like, well, we need to put something on.
Yeah.
Like we need to put something on the TV.
We need a space filler.
Yeah, like just something that's happening, but like we're still going to be like chatting and like doing whatever anyways. So we turn on Love Island USA. We were watching season 7. Lonnie and I had been watching that season, so by time Brandy comes that weekend, we're already fairly deep in it.
And I had never seen this. Because I really tried not to watch a whole lot of trash TV because I feel like I'm dumber for watching it a lot of the time.
So here's what I will say. If you haven't watched Love Island UK, Love Island originated in the UK.
Okay.
And the UK version is similar but different. It's different than the US for sure. I do feel like the US it's just a little more wild now than the other.
But you know, that's the US for you. We're over the top.
Yeah, but it was definitely a vibe. And season 7 for you to come in on that was
So my commentary on this show was epic because I had never watched, and they're close to the end. So I think they're maybe like 5 episodes from like the finale or something. And so
each season is like 30 plus episodes.
Yeah.
There's usually like 36 or 37, 38 episodes, stuff like that.
So I'm like, I'm only watching 5 episodes of this.
We're like in the mid 20s.
Y'all are invested.
We're like in the mid 20s at this point. We've already seen them like fuck each other over, recouple 10 times.
And I'm at the I'm literally at the tail end of this. And so
by this point, Alondria and Nick are on their 3rd time of trying to give it a go.
And see, I didn't know that, but I'm sitting here and I'm watching it and I'm like seeing these couples and I'm like, I said, Kayla, I hate all of this. I hate all of this. I hate all of this. I hate everything about this. And then I'm like watching these people and Orlandria, I'm just like, I don't like her at all. And I was like, she's ratchet and hood at the same. I said, she's from Houston. She gotta be from Houston. Kayla just starts laughing and she's like, why would you say that? I was like, because she looked like she from Houston. And she goes, she is from Houston.
She is from Houston.
And I'm like, and so
H-Town.
And so I look at Nick and I was like, that's Uncle Baby Billy.
I forgot you had said that.
I said, that's Uncle Baby Billy from the Righteous Gems. I said, that is a young Walton Goggins. And so my commentary, Kayla is just like, she's really trying to watch this. And I am so disgusted at it. All she can do is laugh at everything I'm saying. And at one point she's like, Brandy, I can't with you. I need you to be quiet so I can see what happens. And I'm just like, no. And I'm like, and why is her name a city in the state of Florida? Like there's I'm just so disgusted with like the whole thing.
And I'm loving it.
I know.
Just love all of it.
And my patience is like wearing thin, and like as each episode goes on, I'm like, why are we watching? What was the little girl's name who like screams all the time and just is like over the top? And I'm just like, ugh. I was like, I said, she could have never been my child. She would have got beat all the time, like constantly. Why is she screaming?
Oh, I know exactly. Oh, God, what was her name?
Yeah, see, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
She's so sweet. I do love her.
She screams all the time.
She squeals.
Yes, but and I'm like, why? Why is she squealing? What is the purpose of this? And she's like running around, and I'm like, she couldn't have been my kid. She would have got yanked by her hair. And Kayla's just sitting there because I am so disgusted with this show.
And I'm giggling.
And the bad part is it stays on the TV. We keep watching it.
Well, of course we do.
We keep watching it because there's a guilty pleasure in watching this trash. And then at one point I looked at Kayla, I was like, all these people need therapy. I'm like, I don't like
it was Amaya.
Yeah.
Amaya Papaya.
I didn't like that either. I was like, why is she squealing?
She was excited.
I don't care. Like there's not that much excitement in the world. You are an adult, ma'am. And so we keep watching it and my commentary just gets deeper and deeper. And Kayla was like, Brandy, you gotta stop. And I was like, I can't. I do not like. But I kept watching it. I didn't tell you to turn it off because there's something about it.
It's so entertaining. Like, it's so wild. And I think Love Island specifically, like, they're all the way in Fiji. It's a pressure cooker, man. They're all in this, like, villa.
And I said, why does it look like a Barbie dream house? Why is it open?
Because they're at the villa.
And I'm like...
It's the villa.
So like the whole concept of the show bothered me, but I could not turn away.
No, you can't. You just gotta love it.
And even like, so the finale happened after our little weekend together.
Yep.
And so I said, Lonnie, when's the next episode come on? And Lonnie was like, I think tomorrow. And I was like, bet.
At that point, you're watching it on your own.
And so I went home and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn this on. And so I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like, if Orlando Calrissian wins, I'm gonna be pissed off. And I put this in our group text and Kayla was just like, I cannot with you. And And so I'm sitting there watching it. And this is like the only episode I watch on my own.
So you never went back and like...
I cannot bring myself to go back and start it from the beginning. Because if I was that hot with just like watching 5 or 6 episodes, can you imagine if I was at home by myself?
Can I convince you to go watch a UK season?
Maybe. I don't know.
You got to give it a shot. I'll just make you come over and put it on, and then you won't have a choice.
Then I won't have a choice because, like, yeah.
What are you gonna do now?
But and it's stuff that like it just stays in your head rent free, and you're thinking about it. And I feel like I'm like, why am I obsessed with this one particular show? Like, why are these people getting under my skin so much?
Yeah,
and I have no idea why.
I think some of them, depending on the show, obviously, some of them you just grow to love so much. So, like, for me, I also watch Summer House, Southern Charm, all those different Bravo shows. And on Summer House is where I was introduced to Paige and Hannah, who now do the Giggly Squad podcast.
Oh.
Hannah's a stand-up comedian. Paige works in like fashion and stuff like that. And I love them so much, but I was introduced to them by watching Summer House and watching this like reality TV show they're on. But I just grew to love them so much because they were so bold and so like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this is who I am. And I think that that's something that it's hard to do on reality TV to some degree because all of America, sometimes the world is watching you and like this day and age, everyone has access to you. Yeah. Like they can find you on social media. They can find out info about you. They have access to you. So to be able to go on there and like on that show specifically, one of the main guys, Kyle, had like got in a fight with them at the dinner and like they had like giggled at something. And
that's where their podcast was born.
Yeah. So then like he ends up like talking shit about them and they're just like, we're going to giggle if we want to. And like, just like, da 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 da, and they get in this big fight at like the dinner table.
Wow.
And I just was like, the balls to be on this reality TV show. They came into it on like season 3 or 4 or something. So they weren't part of that original cast. And to just be like, fuck you, even though you are on the original cast. And then you just like grow to love them. So you do want to watch them and the moments do live in your head and then you follow it even further through.
So do you think that it's one of those things to where you like watch other people's mess unfold that makes your life seem less messy?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that there's 2 parts for me. I either love to hate that reality show or love to hate that character, or I just absolutely do love the show and love that character. So I think like with like Paige and them, obviously I just grew to love who they are. But the majority of what I watch with reality TV is the messy shit. Yeah. That you can watch that unfold. And then I'm like, you know what? Me crying in my closet yesterday seems pretty minor at this point. Seems pretty mild.
So do you think that they are actually playing it up for the media or if this is actually who they are? Because I know like with us having a podcast and like with me and my book career, a lot of who I am is personified in social media, but I also am just who I am. So I'm not like a character. And people don't realize that. Mm-hmm. This is just, it literally is just who I am. Do you think that's how, like, that is how reality TV is, or if they're, like, pretending to be a character?
I think that you're going to get a mix of both. And I think that's part of the fun, too, is that you get to watch and determine and be like, that's a fake-ass bitch right there. Because you got to make determinations.
You got to see who's real and who's not.
Well, yeah, because at this time, like, people realize that you can use reality TV as, like, a jump start into, like, a more...
to further your career.
Yeah, to, like, further your career, to jump further in that. So I think you are going to get people that are chasing the clout, people that are trying to just do whatever, and they're going to put on whatever character, whatever they think is going to go well. Like, I think it definitely happens. And then I think that there are people that, you know, probably just really are that arrogant and dumb and act like
I'm
that.
sure I've met several people like that. But on the other side of it, like when I meet people, they don't think I'm as nice as I am.
Yeah.
Because even you said that. You were like, this bitch is like nice. And I'm
Yeah, but you don't come off nice when you first
no,
meet
I
you.
don't. In fact, I've been told I come off as I have an air about me and it's intimidating. And I said, really? I'm intimidated? They're like, oh, yes, like 100% you are intimidated. I'm like, I'm the most down to earth, nicest person you will ever meet. And they were like, not at work.
Yeah, I was going to say I met you at work. So I think I'm going to agree with them because honestly, here's the thing. Not that you put on like a different persona per se, but it is just when you're at work, it's work, you know, like you have it turned on in the way of, I know what needs to happen. I know what needs to go down. I know what we have to talk about. I know da. Like it's very like boom, 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 boom. And you expect people to be able to like jump with you.
I do. Because,
and that's, yeah, 1,000%.
I mean, so I've been doing my day job for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've done every aspect of my day job. So I'm an HR director and like I'm an executive HR director. So from start to finish, including the legal part, I know what I'm doing. Yep. And so when people don't meet up to those or they challenge me, I'm just like, bet now I'm gonna make a believer out of you. Mm-hmm. And they don't really like that part. It's not that I'm not necessarily a bitch. I'm just very demanding.
I wouldn't even say demanding. I would just say you're very direct and to the point of the situation. And so to some people, that is going to come off as intimidating. I think for me, I love that shit. And I'm like, cool, like, good. Give me what you need done so I can do it. Like, tell me.
And I'm very direct. And so it's always funny because when people see the podcast or they see like me and like outside of like the work aspect, they're like, you are like really nice. You're like really, really nice. You're like really generous. You're like really funny. And I'm like, well, that is me. And they're like, not at work. That's not you. And I said, it is. I said, now, however, if there's something that has to be done, I'm going to make sure it gets done. I said, and so I can like turn that on and off. And so I wonder if people on reality TV do the same thing.
Yeah, no, they do for sure. There are people that do.
Yeah, because, you know, if there's something that has to get done, then you're going to get business Brandy. And she's not necessarily like bubbly and nice, and she's very matter of fact, and she's very curt, and she will use some big words on you, and she will make sure things get done. Outside of professional business Brandy, I'm the best person you will ever want to meet. Like literally. And it's just funny to me because when I see these people on TV, I'm like, you cannot be like this in real life. Like, this is not real life you. This has got to be fake you. And it's not necessarily like fake me. It's just a different side of me. And so I wonder if that's what we're seeing in reality TV. Because it not necessarily a character, but if it's just a different side of people.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely going to have that. And you're also going to have people who, you know, are going to be a little more reserved with certain things. Other people who are going to amplify a little bit more on things. Like people in reality TV, I think to some degree, you don't have a choice but to try to be strategic with how you're acting on the show.
Well, a lot of times it's like game show too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like some of them are game shows. Some of them are, you know, we're just going to follow you and see how life progresses.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and anytime there's money at stake.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know if I were ever to go on like one of these dating shows or something like that, I would not be the same person. I just wouldn't. My friends that have played Uno with me and stuff, I am not the same person when it comes to games. Like I'm in it to win it. Like I'm doing maps, schematics. I'm plotting on you. Like,
Yeah.
like, so
I think you get that a lot
Yeah.
on the shows that have like some type of money reward
Yeah.
or whatever.
So I feel like those are you're not 100% genuine when we watch these shows. But I could be wrong. That's just could be their personality. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And well, you'll never really fully know too, because I think the flip side of that I also think of is things get edited in certain ways. Like and that's part of it too. It's like, yes, the person themselves on the show, like you can't record something that never happens. Like, you know, like to some degree it is their choices too. But a lot of the times it is like the producers and the directors of the shows and things like that. So I had a friend who, when she got married, she did the Bridezilla
episode.
Yeah, she did a Bridezilla episode. And I know at one point they brought a second cake and made her throw a fit about how the cake was wrong and throw the cake down, even though her cake got there not wrong and was totally fine.
Oh.
So like sometimes things are happening that is put from the producers and the directors too. Like sometimes they're going to tell you, I need you to talk about this or to say like this or whatever. So I think part of it has that. Plus then once they have all the footage,
oh yeah,
they edit it however they want to edit it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's just where we call it reality.
It's not really reality TV.
It's not really reality TV. And I think that's maybe why some people refer to it as like trash TV instead, because reality TV is not really the most fitting name to it, right?
I mean, even watching like The Real World and stuff like that, where they like kind of followed them, and that was reality TV. It would get kind of hairy. Like there was fights that would break out. There was stuff that would happen. Yeah. And you know, even I think it's been like 30 years and like going back to like some of the original cast and stuff, they'll tell you like, yes, we didn't get along with these people, or yes. And a lot of footage was cut because of certain things that were said. And so I think it's like 50-50. I think sometimes they embellish some things and sometimes they just let things fall where they may. What is your most iconic trash TV memory? Like mine is so, because I'm old, mine is so iconic. It's like, it's there. It's like in the Urban Dictionary.
First. I need to think
I have a couple of them. So I grew up on the era, we didn't have like these reality TV shows. We had talk shows.
Okay.
And so Phil Donahue was one of the talk shows everybody watched. At one point, Phil Donahue had like the KKK on there with some black activists.
What?
Yeah, you're going to have to Google this. When I tell you that was an epic fight on television, they was throwing chairs. Like that was an epic fight. Jerry Springer did an episode like that. Like these were like race war fights. These were some good fights. And then there's another one, like Geraldo Rivera, who now does like, I think he does Fox News now. Used to have a show when I was a kid. He had a show when I was a kid, and he did a show to where he found like Al Capone's like hidden safe. And it was like this whole build up to him finding Al Capone's like missing money and stuff. Homeboy went down there, cracked this safe open, and guess what was in there? Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. It was empty. And I kid you not, I remember watching this episode with my dad.
That's the worst climax to a show
Yes,
ever.
it was so bad. And he even got hit with the chair at one point too. So like, I remember watching this Al Capone episode with my dad. And my dad was like, oh, he gonna find some. And when we watched this episode, they cracked that safe open, wasn't shit in there. And I was just like, womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp.
And then this one has been, it is part of pop culture. So in the talk show era, they would set people up a lot of times for failure. Jenny Jones had an episode to where she had, it was like a secret crush episode. And there was this guy on there, and he was supposed to come out and find out who had a secret crush on him. It was another dude. And in the 90s, that was not flattering. And so push come to shove, the guy who was put on the spot ended up murdering the guy who came out to him and had a crush.
No.
Yeah, this is like part of pop culture history. Yeah, so like those are like my big ones that will forever live. And it wasn't really like trash TV. I guess it was back then because we didn't have like the reality TV. We had like the talk show era. And so like for him to go off and commit murder, that was like a big thing. And to be honest, that's what made Jenny Jones' show go off the air. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when I think like iconic moments, I mean, for one, you can't talk about that without talking about Scandival.
I don't know what that is.
Okay,
What's
so Vanderpump Rules, you had Tom Sandoval. He was dating Ariana Madix. Mm-hmm. Ariana being the girl that hosts Love Island USA.
Oh.
The hot blonde bitch?
Yeah.
Ariana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. He is not good enough, cute enough, or anything to have ever really, truly dated her. Some people don't like her. I get that, whatever. I like her. Whatever. I think
I don't like nobody on Love Island.
Here's well, she's the host. That doesn't count. They were together for a very long time, had bought a house together, was on Vanderpump Rules together, all this shit. And he cheated on her with another girl on the show.
Okay, that seems common to me.
Yes, but in this specific situation, it was wild. And it was wild. And the way it kind of had all went, like that is a moment I will never forget. And people, like literally Scandival was everywhere. Like that is like what they like called it, titled it. That was the whole thing. Because it blew the fuck up when it happened. It was wild. Anyways, but I think there's so many moments, right, that end up happening on these shows. Like same show, Tom Schwartz, which is Tom Sandoval's like bestie. Mm-hmm. He's this like derpy, he's so cute, but real dumb and like just his issue is that he ends up like making out with everybody when he's drunk, regardless of the relationships he's in. But like at one point he was dating a girl for a very, very, very long time and everyone called her Tequila Katie.
Tequila Katie. Okay. Like the nicknames are just...
She would get really bad when she would drink tequila. But anyways, at one point he threw a glass of threw a drink in her face. And I just remember that being like the wildest thing because he's not the one you would expect it from. On that show, you had like Jax Taylor, who's like a fucking like airhead and like anger issues. Like his divorce right now with Britney has been like really messy and gross and all over the place. Like you got people like that on the show. That's who you expect to be like throwing drinks. And you just have this little guy that you're just like, oh, but he's just so sweet and dumb. And he just accidentally makes out with people. And he's like throwing a drink in her face.
So, okay. Do you think that reality TV gives us like, it teaches us lessons on relationships, boundaries, and red flags?
I think that it can to some degree. I think that it's always a very good example of usually what not to do.
I kind of see it as people who, like I said when we were watching Love Island, they need therapy because they're making like the worst decisions possible, and they're basing it like with that show. They're basing relationship status off of how much money I can win. So I see it as when we watch this stuff, there's like red flags that pop up that you should like notice. But it's not always obvious to other people.
Yeah.
And I also think that there's boundaries that they cross in these shows. And I think they cross them on purpose.
Yeah, they definitely do to like test the relationship.
Yeah. And so they cross these boundaries on purpose just to see what human reaction is, which is really not healthy.
Well, but also it's crazy because it's like if you don't do that, then you're not liked on the show because you didn't do enough.
Yeah.
But then if you do that, then people don't like you because you shady in doing that.
So, okay, do you think that we as women have a bad stigma because of these shows? Because, you know, like the Real Housewives, I watched the Real Housewives, of course, of Orange County. I watched the Real Housewives of Orange County. And then I watched the Bad Girls Club back when it came out. Bad Girls Club is crazy because it reminded me of me in my 20s. Because you're just, all you're fucking doing is getting drunk, going to the club and fighting with other people constantly. And they're single. And so that's all the Bad Girls Club was. But do you think it got kind of like, it makes us as women look bad? Like us as new women with like all these options and choices and like the freedom to do whatever we want. Do you think it takes away from who we are as women? Because part of me wants to say yes, because these shows do make us, I mean, they make us look real trashy sometimes. They make us look real hoary sometimes.
Well, yeah, because it's like men can go on there and move however they want, but the women that move however they want are going to be called something.
Because we still have a stereotype, and we're not supposed to be portrayed like that.
Yep, there is still a stereotype and a big difference between how males can be accepted doing things versus women. The women, for sure. I think that it definitely skews what women should tolerate and allow within their relationships.
Yeah.
Because I think that it gives this persona of, well, if they apologize and they do this, that, whatever, like you can forgive them and like keep pursuing this. And I think there's too much of that in the world. I think that as women, we need to kind of realize too that like these are also shows that your teenage daughters are watching. These are shows that your young adult women are watching. And would you want the guy that they are talking to be making out with other people or grabbing someone's ass or doing these things that these shows are encouraging?
Yeah. And our sons are watching them too.
Yeah.
Like they're impressionable too. Like our kiddos are impressionable. I think that's where I have an issue, because a lot of times we watch this stuff, and granted, you know, I can recognize bad behavior and look at it and be like, okay, you're a fucking idiot. But not everybody can do that.
Does. Yeah.
Yeah. And so sometimes people watch this stuff and use it as a tool to move forward in life. And I think we are overly exposed to that with trash TV, and we don't acknowledge it for what it is. Like, I think there should probably be a disclaimer that says this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Like, you should not take these examples of human beings as what
Real
reality
life should be.
Yeah. I don't think we do that. But I mean, it is a guilty pleasure. I do like watching certain things on TV because I am able to escape from the pressures of life.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I watch a lot of trash TV.
Yeah.
And I love to watch trash TV. I do sit there and, like, obviously, I would not behave that way in my relationship or encourage that at all. But it is something that is really entertaining for me. And like I said, it's something I can have on and still do the 10,000 other tasks I have. Because I think that's the issue for me. Yeah, I love real TV shows too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love when a writer has poured their heart and soul into this, you know, work of art that ends up becoming a TV show or a movie or whatever the case. But that also comes with me needing to be able to sit there and give it the real attention it deserves.
Yeah.
Being able to really watch it. And I get so busy in my day-to-day life that sometimes trash TV is what I watch the most often because I can do so many other things while I'm watching
disconnect.
it. It's easy to just throw it on.
Easy disconnect.
Do what I need to do while I'm watching it. Get things done. It's
entertaining too.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, I know as a professional, like, that's not how I would ever live my life. I would never live my life that way. But it is something I can turn. Like, it's really easy to get wrapped up in other people's shit. Mm-hmm. And we as women love to get wrapped up in other people's shit.
I love it.
Because we don't have to deal with our own. And so if we
literally tell you that all the time, because you'll be like, oh, well, I didn't want to call you with this because I know you're going through your own shit. And I'm like, no, call me with your shit because I don't want to think about my shit. That's the whole fucking point. It's for me to do your shit instead. I don't want to face my shit.
And that's the thing about women. We overthink everything in every aspect of life. And so if we don't have to think about our own shit and we don't have to put the energy into our own stuff, it is so easy
to
put that somewhere else.
So much easier. I'll do anything to push my shit off.
Yeah.
I am going to procrastinate. I'm not going to face my shit till I got to.
And I think that's why we love trash TV so much, because we don't have to, we know there's not a decision that has to be made.
No.
There's not any advice that has to be given.
Nope.
There's no responsibility at play. Mm-mm. You could literally sit there and watch these people self-destruct.
Yep. And just laugh about it. Just giggle.
So, I mean, it's a guilty pleasure. I think we all like it.
It is a guilty pleasure. For sure. But I think, if you were going to think of like the men's equivalent, so like, most men don't watch a lot of reality TV, or they don't watch a lot of trash TV type things.
Yeah.
Most don't. What do you think is like the male equivalent? Like, what are they watching that is?
Shit about war.
I've never seen my husband watch shit about war.
Yeah. It might be in like a different aspect, but it's usually shit about war because men love war. All men love. I have no idea why men love war. I was talking to my son about this the other day. Like, we were sitting on the couch and I was telling him, I'm like, do you like stuff about war? He goes, Mom, all the Gundam and the mangas I used to read are literally about war. They're about war. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yes. And
everything ultimately really is.
And he said, if you ever ask any man what his favorite war is, he will tell you he has one. And I was like, really?
Oh, that's crazy. I'm going to go home and ask.
Yeah.
That'd be the first thing I do. I'm like, do you like war?
Yeah.
What is your favorite war?
And he said, because it's divide and conquer. And so men like stuff about war. Like, women, we like, it's kind of the same. Like, your outfit is trash. And so that's a war within, like...
Thanks, bitch.
Yeah.
I tried hard.
But I'm just saying, like, that's a war within, like women. Or, I can't believe she wore her hair that way. Or, like stuff like that. Men is the same thing.
It's the conflict still.
It's conflict. And so their equivalent is stuff about, like, we as women...
Like the Vikings and stuff like that. Okay, like, he watches that kind of stuff.
We would care less about... Women are not like... I'm going to go in and take your territory kind of people. I'm going to destroy you from within.
Yeah.
Men is is about land and how much
Theirs is possession based,
Yes.
and ours is like
emotionally based.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make you want to kill yourself. So
you hurt my family.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
Yes.
Watch it burn.
And so that is like the male equivalent of what it is. It is literally war. Because when I was talking to my son, you know, I was like, my dad had all these books about war, and he always watched like all these movies, and my dad had been to war twice. And so I couldn't understand it. And my son was like, Mom, literally men like stuff about war. And I was like, why? And he was like,
interesting.
Yeah.
Which must truly, in the reality, probably like we think we have
it's
evolved.
Strategic too.
We've evolved so much since like caveman days, right? Or like since like that beginning of time. But we still have those like primal instincts like deep down that still play a major key in how we live our life today. And I don't think that we always get to that portion when we're analyzing our lives today. We don't really understand how those
it's still
things
there.
Actually go in deep back to like just that primal like
it's
instinct of what we are and do.
Like there's wars happening now on the news. And if you ever like watch men kind of like they gear towards like the war part. All the other shit that's going on, they could care less. But like the stuff with the wars that are going on, oh yeah, they're gonna look at it. And so it's I think that's like their trash TV is the divide and conquer part of it. Because that's interesting to them. And ours is, I don't want to have to think about this, so I'll just watch these other people destroy your whole personality and your emotions. And that's bad about women because we, like, at least in war, it's, like, about territory and land and money. Yeah. Women is, like...
almost against each other, which is really sad because it would be...
But that's how devious we really are. Like, if women were to...
We've also always been pitted against each other.
But think about it. If we were to ever, like, have a war, do you realize how violent it would be?
The world would cease to exist.
Yes. Because we're going for, like, fucking blood. Like,
yeah.
That bitch said something about my mama. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're like, and you're done.
Yeah. So, I kind of feel like I'm glad that men have like taken the lead in some things because if we were to lead, it would be bad. It would.
I don't think it would be bad. I think to some degree, like, yes, we do.
Because we're going for your emotions first.
Well, we're not going to tolerate no bullshit where you're trying to fuck with our emotions.
Yeah.
You know, like
men are not trying to do it on an emotional level.
Men are obsessed with war. Don't you think maybe if the women were in charge, we could maybe stop fighting all the fucking time?
I think we would still fight, but our fights would be different.
Did you see, this is a little off topic, so I'm sorry to derail us. I feel like I do that a lot. But did you see that TikTok where they basically were saying that there was like some type of like extraterrestrial communication basically that was like, y'all are the only civilization that like fight each other. Like we were the only civilization in the universe that has war, and was like, if y'all don't cut it out, like
we'll cease to exist. Yeah. I feel like
we'll
that's
end
true.
It all.
I feel like that's true.
We're about to come terminate y'all.
I mean, we fight each other all the time over.
We do. No, there's always something going on
over stuff that we really shouldn't be fighting each other about. But that's just our reality. And the same thing, like with this crap we watch on TV, we fight each other about shit that does not matter.
Yeah,
it does. It really, it literally doesn't matter. So, I don't know. I would say, can't we all just get along? But I know that that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. So I feel like I should just embrace it and watch the trash TV so I at least feel like I'm good. It's on there anyways. They're making the trash TV regardless of if I watch it or not.
So you should just watch it.
So I might as well enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, it's there for my pleasure.
I mean, I think we're going to end the episode on that note. I think we're done.
And we're done.
And we're done. We're done. So make sure to like and follow us and subscribe to all the things.
If you have any suggestions of things you want to hear us talk about, you can go onto our website, hella-friends.com. That way you can leave us that information. Let us know what you want to hear.
You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. What else are we on?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all the things.
All the things. You can find us anywhere. If you want to just like reach out to see if we can do a pop-up event, we would be more than happy. And you can also let us know if you'd like to sit in on a conversation with us.
Be our guest.
Yes, we love guests. We do love guests. I think that's it.
Yep. And with that, as always,
life be lifin' sometimes.